What's up, y'all? Court is in session. The court of my public opinion, that is. Okay. Y'all know what happens. You write me, you ask me some questions, and I judge you. I adjudicate you in the court of public opinion, that is. Okay. So let's move on with our first question. Attorney, what do I need to do? My brother was murdered by a security guard after getting into an altercation with him outside of a store. The security guard fired 5 rounds from his weapon, shooting my brother 4 times and killing him. My brother didn't have a weapon on him. The district attorney's office declined charges against the security guard, and the case is now going to a grand jury from what I read in the media. How do I get more information on my brother's case, and do I need to hire a criminal attorney? Okay, good question. Guys, it is a huge misconception that you need to hire an attorney for prosecution. Guys, you do not need to hire an attorney if you need a case prosecuted. The only time you need, in the criminal sector, the only time that you need to hire an attorney is if you want to file a civil case against this security officer and or the store that he worked for. Other than that, you kind of got to follow the case with the district attorney's office because they have it. They do have a line in an information section for victims and families of victims of violence or the complainants in cases, and you would need to contact them. But as far as hiring an attorney to make sure this guy goes to jail, that's not really something that can be done, but you can make him pay. You see what they did to Bill Clinton, Bill Clinton, heck yeah, and Bill Cosby. Okay, if you can't get him one way, you get him another. Okay. Sometimes the district attorney has, they're apprised of certain information, and that stops them from feeling like they can prosecute the case beyond a reasonable doubt. But that doesn't stop you, honey, from suing. So stand for what you believe in, stand up for it, and sue on, honey. Sue on. Next case is going to be, hi, attorney. I have a legal question. How can I find out the end of my probation? And what else I need to do? Guys, I am so tired of y'all not keeping up with your probation. Let me tell y'all something. Probation officers, well, a lot of them are nothing but common criminals with a badge. Okay? They will lie on you and do all types of things to you. Or they're very nice to you and you guys just run them over. So those are the 2 types that we have out there. Just kidding, but I'm kind of not. So I said this to say this. You need to keep up with your own stuff. You need to know. You need to call the court. You need to question the clerks. You need to call the district clerk's office. You need to get your paperwork regarding your probation. You need to ask your probation officer. And if they don't have an answer for you, you need to be speaking to their supervisor. But at no period and point in life, no point in period when you're on probation and there is a hook in your back and somebody's foot on your neck, do you not know what's going on with your case so that you have to call and ask me? Okay? Wrong. Okay? I'm going to order you to the corner. Okay? I'm going to order you to go get a copy of your paperwork from the courthouse. I'm going to order you to talk to your probation officer and ask them these questions. And if you don't know you're on probation, you belong to the court, go ask the judge. But find out. Next case, because I'm not going to look it up and tell you at this point. Baby, you gotta be assertive, guys. This is how you get caught up and you think you're off probation and you're not, and you don't report, and then you get taken into custody for something you didn't know about, not knowing. Okay? And I don't want that to happen. I feel like I'm gonna handicap you. I'm not gonna do that. Plus, I'm not gonna put that on the show anyways, because they don't need to know your information. But no, baby, I want you to go find that out. You guys, you can know everything that you need to know from your probation officer and from the. And sometimes it's better that you go walk in that court, speak to the judge or speak to the court probation officer and let them know that you don't know what's going on with your case and you're trying to seek help. Because let me tell you what happens, guys. When you don't do what you're supposed to do, that probation officer just throws their hands up with or without notice to you and turns you into the court. And then you're looking at what we call a motion to adjudicate. It's better that they have seen you before and know that you're not getting your information answered from your probation officer. So that way, if your probation officer does try to get the court to file a motion against you, tries to get the district attorney's office to file a motion against you, the court probation officer knows that you've been in there and the judge knows you've been in there. Okay? Not knowing what you need to do. So just cover yourself. It's better to do that, guys. Always cover yourself. Next case. And one more thing. Okay? A lot of the times you guys have problems with your probation officers. You don't have to always deal with the constant litigious and litigious and stressful conflict, you do have the right to see the court's probation officer and see what's going on with your case. I know how probation officers can treat people. I know a lot of the times y'all aren't doing what y'all supposed to do and they're really being nice to you. But I know there are times when they've been either, they're just not treating you right. They're not calling you back. They're not doing these things. That's what the court is for. You are at the mercy of the court. You are under the jurisdiction of the court because you're on probation. Utilize that to your advantage and find out what's going on. Next case for real now. A boy aged 14 from my daughter's school grabbed her head and pulled her face down his crotch area. Can I file charges? Or should I just let the school handle it? Well, I can't tell you as a parent what you should do, but I can tell you this. I would darn sure be making sure something happens. Yeah, I mean, you can always file charges, okay? That's always something that you can do. Nobody can stop you ever from calling the police and pursuing charges, okay? But if, me as a parent, I would first want to see what the school is going to do initially, okay? If it raises to, the level of needing the police involved, I would definitely involve the police. And that goes with anything, children get in fights, they get kind of crazy, out of hand in school. That goes with anything, parents, okay? So that's pretty much what I would do with that situation. That's just my own personal opinion, and you're in the court of my public opinion, so that's what I'm going to order you to do. I'm going to order you to see what the school does first, and if it rises to the level, or that particular incident with your child rose to the level of needing the police involved, then you involve them as a parent, okay? Next case. Oh, what happens if I fail my first drug test at pretrial services? I just got on bond last night. I'm going to court this morning, first thing in the morning, and I have failed my drug test. I know I did. What do I do? First thing you do is don't lie. You don't lie to the judges, okay? Let me tell y'all something. A lot of the times the judges realize that you just got out of jail and that you're still going to test positive for things, okay? Because you were doing these things before the alleged crime was committed. So they can't expect you to be clean if you've only been in jail for a day or two and you're just getting out. Sometimes they can't expect you to be clean if you've been in jail. I ain't say it, but I mean it. So they give you time to get clean, guys, okay? And that's what you would just have to tell the judge if it's brought up. A lot of the time, judges will ask you if you're clean or if you're dirty, and they want to see if you're going to lie to them. A lot of the times, people will say that they're going to test clean. They lie. The judge sends them for a drug test right then across the street. They come back and fail, and the judge locks them up. It happens all the time, specifically here in Harris County. If a judge feels as if they can't trust you, then they're going to revoke your bond, or they're going to give you like some sort of lesson for you to learn, okay? So don't put yourself in a position, where you need a judge to teach you a lesson. Just always be honest when it comes down to the judge asking you. Just be honest, honey, because at the end of the day, you're on the judge's bond. They got to be able to trust you, or else they're not going to want you on bond, okay? And I don't know about other counties, but Harris County judges are pretty cool. We got some really good judges right now, and they're not really in the business of, like, trying to mess you over or anything. I mean, if you're dirty and you just got out of jail, and this is stuff that happened before you were on bond, they can't be upset with you for that, okay? So just know that. Just always be honest, be upfront, and speak to your lawyer about whether or not, your lawyer going to tell you to tell the truth. We can't tell you to prop up and lie to the court. But talk to your attorney. Okay, next case. Honey. Okay, what does it mean if no warrant was issued and my case says inactive? Girl, it means a warrant was issued, girl. Order in the court. If your case says inactive, guys, there's been a warrant that has been issued for your arrest. You need to figure out what's going on. You need to contact an attorney, contact the bondsman, and see what's going on. Inactive definitely means a warrant was issued. So I don't want you to think that no warrant was issued. I don't know if you've missed a court date. I don't know if they filed the case when they didn't have you in custody, or what the reason is that a warrant was issued. But if the case says inactive, there is an active warrant for your arrest. That's why the case says inactive. It's not going to be active until that warrant is cleared. You definitely need to seek assistance from an attorney and or a bondsman and or both. Okay, we're going to move on to the next case, guys. I gotta be running around here with these warrants going. know darn well if you've been involved in something or not. Okay, I didn't say you did it. I said if somebody is going to allege that you have been involved, you might have an inkling. Okay, handle that. You don't want to be riding a car and somebody catch you. You don't want to be, somewhere trying to, get services somewhere and get arrested. You want to make sure you're on top of these things. It does not mean that you are guilty, but it means that you are going to get everything on track to fight this case. Guys, if you feel like you have a warrant, make sure you take care of that, because I tell you guys this all the time and I mean it. Y'all know the cops do not have to run your license plate anymore. The license plates run themselves. All they got to do is ride around you. The license plates are running. There's a series of beeps. It lets them know if you have a warrant out for your arrest or not. I know that you guys, some of y'all aren't driving your own cars, but at the end of the day, who wants to live like that? I don't know how you sleep at night. Take care of it, boo-boo. You have a warrant. Okay, next case. This is a lengthy one. What are my chances of being summoned to court? Will I end up in jail? Will it be on my record? I was caught shoplifting at Walmart, and all they did was take my information, such as address, driver's license, social security number, and let me go. Child, that's because Walmart called so many times that the HPD, ACSO, Sheriff's Department, constables, they all tied. Child, they couldn't get nobody to come over there and arrest you. That's probably what happened. But let me move on. They banned me from Walmart for 72 hours and said that I will receive something in the mail for 72 hours. It should have been for life. They don't make no sense. Walmart, whatever you receive in the mail from Walmart, honey, I can't tell you not to pay it, but I'm going to tell you don't pay it. I wouldn't. Walmart I cannot stand what they do to clients. I'm assuming that if they let me go, that there is still hope for me. My record is clean. I've never been to jail or court before. Just wait, contact the bonding company, dear heart, and see if there's a warrant that's been put out for your arrest. Also, see if they have issued some sort of ticket. But the officer cannot issue a ticket without you present. So it's going to only be that they can arrest you later if it rose to the level of an arrest. It has to be a certain amount that they argue that you took for it to be a misdemeanor. Shoplifting, that would, have you to be in county court, or it could possibly be a felony if you have a prior misdemeanor, but you say you don't have any priors. Or if it goes over a certain amount. So, and I'm pretty sure they may not have that in Walmart unless you were trying to steal TVs and stuff. So I would assume, dear heart, that you're fine. One thing that Walmart likes to do, people, is send you a request for some exorbitant amount of money in the mail. They tell you that if you don't pay this, they're going to prosecute you. I'm going to tell you this. This is the first finger, but I have a ring on one of these fingers. That's the one I'd like to put up right now to Walmart. Okay? I tell my clients, really, when I have them, not to be held, to some civil penalty. If Walmart is going to have you arrested, they're going to have you arrested whether or not you send this money to them in the mail. And I think it's highway robbery. I don't think they should be allowed to do it, but they do. Okay? So at the end of the day, whether or not you pay that amount of money, Walmart is not going to be able to not press charges. If they're going to press charges, they've already done it. So don't look at that. It's almost like they extort people, because some people feel like if I pay this exorbitant amount of money that they're going to request from me in the mail, they won't, file charges. And that's not what happens. So anything civil, I would not worry about. I would only worry about the criminal. Contact a bonding company, dear. Contact an attorney's office and have them search for you to see if any cases have been created with your name on the other end of them, okay? And don't steal out of Walmart, guys, or don't even allegedly try to steal out of Walmart. They have people sitting up. I mean, they can see the hairs in your nose. The cameras are so good, Walmart is just a place that, it's not the best store in the world, and because it's not the best store in the world, they're used to a lot of, it's like being at the dollar store, but they have better security, child. They will try to nail you over the wall for some Glade plugins. They don't have anything else better to do. If you guys, I'm not advocating stealing, but I'm going to tell you, don't go in these stores and steal. Walmart is not the place to steal. Macy's is not the place to steal. Okay? I'm telling you now. These people have very good loss prevention, employees, and they will catch you. There are a list of places I can tell you that they will catch you darn near every time. Just don't even try it from these places. Don't try it from these places. Target, don't do it. The Target is known for prosecuting their employees. Don't steal out of no Target register. I've had plenty of clients that have done this, and baby, it is hell fighting them. And then when I find out what's going on, they have overcharged my clients, and the cases are small, but they're charged heavy. So, just y'all getting money from COVID and Corona. You're getting unemployment. You're sitting at home. Y'all shouldn't be stealing right now. The Democrats is all this money being given out. Stop, y'all. Don't steal. It's not worth it. It's a crime of moral turpitude. So no matter how small the charge is, it doesn't look good on your record. It just don't do it, y'all. I had somebody, y'all, she had stole so many times. Baby, the lady was stealing gumbo, stuff for a gumbo. And she was in felony court for gumbo. She was trying to cater and some shrimps. She had them in her drawers. Don't do these things. Because what happens is you start small, but it builds up. And then you can't even take a piece of bubble gum without going to felony court. Ugh. I'm going to advise you. I'm not even going to advise you. This is according to my public opinion. Y'all stealing and petty theft ain't where it's at. In addition to that, y'all like to fight people when they come up on you. You try to wrestle them. Then it's a robbery. Then you're looking at a felony over some socks. Because you tried to get away. Just nothing good could come from some stuff. My mama taught me some stuff, just nothing good could come from it. Stealing in Walmart, these shopping malls and stuff like that, boosting, it just nothing good could come from it. It just tax up they just mess up your record with a whole bunch of bull crap. And baby, they bind your hands and you be stealing bubble gum and going to jail, to going to felony court. It's just, don't do it. Stealing is not the way, y'all. It's not the way. It's not the way. Next case. Next case. It's not the way. Why can't I find anything about my son in the system and no bonding company seems to want to help? My son is 24 years old and he still has a job. He was taking a friend to San Antonio, and on his way back he noticed that he was going the wrong way. So he pulled over and was looking at his phone GPS when he noticed 2 Hispanic males running towards his vehicle. So he was like, what the hell, and took off. At that point, a state trooper pulled him over and took him to jail on attempting to smuggle illegal immigrants with no possible evidence. He hasn't even been indicted. How long can they hold him for? That's how my baby looks. I call her Momo. I'm going to give you the Momo stare. Baby, how did we go from him having a job, to him taking a friend to San Antonio, to him driving the wrong way on the road without being intoxicated, to him pulling over to look at his phone, to him having 2 Hispanic males run towards his vehicle, to him having to run from the police, to him having to be pulled over by the state trooper for smuggling immigrants? How the heck did we get? How did we get there? I need some order because I need some understanding. I don't understand. So, ma'am, why do we do this? Why do we do this? Ma'am, I've never been accused of smuggling immigrants. I've never been accused. Neither has many of the people that I know. Smuggling immigrants is not something that they just accuse you of doing for being Mexican and driving the wrong way down the street. They say you're drunk when you're Hispanic and driving the wrong way down the street. That was a joke, but it was real. Okay? So the fact that they didn't say he was drunk is kind of confusing to me, because when you said wrong way down the street, I assumed, okay, so he's drunk. You came out with the immigrants, the smuggling, and the people running behind the car. Baby, unless you're smuggling immigrants, I don't know why 2 Hispanic males would be running towards your vehicle, other than the fact that you tried to leave them somewhere and they're supposed to be getting smuggled, and they like, where are you going? And you finna leave me here. But I would assume they already in the United States, so they should be able to just walk away from wherever your son has left them, allegedly. But something ain't adding up here, okay? Then I'm going to tell you, okay, you say he hasn't been indicted, but he can be charged, okay? Let me just answer your question on how long they can hold him. They can hold a person for probably about 48 hours without charging them, and then they got to spit them out and let them go. And I've had it happen. I've had plenty of little gangsters that it's just like, okay, you're not going to talk to the police. We're not talking. Be quiet. Don't say anything. They won't let me talk to you. They won't let me in the interview room. So just sit there for the 48 hours. They're going to spit you back out. If they have what they need, they'll charge you. I'll be there. If they don't have what they need, they'll spit you back out. So I'm just going to answer that. But I'm going to tell you this. Don't make excuses for your children, people. Don't make excuses for your children. Because you ain't helping them. And I tell people this all the time. You got to let your children know how dumb their stories sound and bounce. You have to let them bounce it off of you first. See, what happens is, in my household, when my children say things, and I have, my oldest child, when he comes to me with something, and it's not sounding, I have to let him know right then and there, honey, that doesn't sound right. Here goes a hole, another hole, another hole, another hole. Because you don't want them to go with that story to anyone else. Especially to someone who does not love them. Ma'am, I need you to understand how ridiculous this story sounds. And I need you to talk to your son as soon as possible. Not while he's in jail because it's being recorded, but later on, and let him know that this doesn't make any damn sense. And his story sounds stupid. And if he's going to have a defense, he needs a better one than this. That's what parents are designed to do. You're the soundboard for your children. Don't make excuses when you know it don't sound right. And don't come to nobody and tell nobody what you know your child didn't do when you know what your child is capable of. Knowing what they are capable of and stopping them in their tracks can be the best thing for them. Because you believe stuff like this, ma'am, and you send your child out into society thinking that we all that dumb. But we're not all that dumb, ma'am. We're not all that dumb to believe this, ma'am. We're not all that dumb to believe this. And then you have to couple the fact that not only are we not all that dumb to believe this, baby, but that we don't have any emotional ties to your child. So you got to imagine how this sounds to someone else. Okay? And you need to talk to your son about how this sounds. It sounds crazy, and it sounds to me like he might have been smuggling and got caught in the middle and then tried to kick the people out the car, and then the people was running after the car. And then they might have told the police, because I don't know if the police caught up with them because he took off. He even went down the wrong side of the road. This is what it sounds like. I ain't saying this what happened. And then he even went down the wrong side of the road to evade the police, and then the police caught him anyways. And now he's in jail for smuggling. They want him to talk, and they want to see who he's smuggling for. That's what it seems like. I didn't say that's what happened. But with this story and all the holes within it, that's what it seems like. So, baby, don't let him tell this story to nobody else but me, okay? We gonna move on because it takes a village. It takes a village. My friend Janetta just said this other day. It takes a village to raise a child. It does. So I'm going to help you, girl. He needs to do better with his storytelling because, baby, he's out of there. And with that case, I'm going to go ahead and end it because I'm through. I'm old side and drawn-eyed, dusted, and through. Okay? I've heard enough for today, ma'am. Because I don't have time to sit up here and answer quick. Don't say that, ma'am. We're not going to go there. And we're not going to make these excuses for our children. We're going to teach our children the right way to go. And the way that we do that is by accepting what they may or may not have done. And if they did not do it, we're going to help them come with a better story than that. Okay? With that being said, y'all have a fantastic day. I'm going to end everything today. But I hope y'all have a good day. Like I said, have a fantastic day. Know that nothing is too big. Okay? We all go through things. We all make mistakes. But what you're going to do is you're going to learn from the mistake. You're going to pick up where you left off. Okay? You're going to set some goals. And you're going to push to get them. Okay? And make yourself a better person along the way. That's what life is. Life is a bunch of decisions that we make. Sometimes we make the right decision. Sometimes we make the wrong decision. Okay, but if you need help, email me and I will assist you. Booker@bookerlawfirm.com. Add my Instagram page, she_ya_lawyer, and add me on Facebook, Allie Booker. I'm here to help. Peace out.